Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of Love in Paradise, Season 2, Episode 2, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend. Are y'all ready to get into this? Let's do it.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, share, okay? And if you have already hit that subscribe button, thank you to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you all doing that. And I'm hoping that you love being part of this family and part of the live. If today is your first time being in a live video and a live chat, enjoy yourself, take your shoes off, have your drink. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for sharing the video. Thank you so much for your comments, your participation, and thank you so much for your enthusiasm of being here. I really do appreciate you all, and I would not do this without you. Y'all, if I had to rate this episode of Love in Paradise, the Caribbean, okay, or the Caribbean, season 2, episode 2, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, I will rate this episode a C. Yeah, it's only getting a C for me. Let me know down in the comments section what you would rate this episode of Love in Paradise. The first couple that I want to talk about is Valentine and Carlos. I'm a little perplexed about this particular couple. Don't know whether or not I'm feeling them or not. Y'all let me know in the comments section whether or not y'all are feeling the two of them. It just seems like a whole bunch of confusion and chaos, and just a whole bunch of dissension, a whole bunch of assumptions being made. I don't really think that they are the best connect with one another, but maybe they are. I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comments section about this couple. But anyway, we see Valentine packing his bags up to go to see his boyfriend. And the two of them have been talking back and forth with each other, sight unseen, for a year and a half. And so this is his opportunity to go and spend some time with Carlos. Valentine is extremely excited about this. He's nervous and all of this. And his good girlfriend comes and picks him up from his home. And when he gets in the car, she asks him, whether or not he's afraid or is he excited, etc. And he says that, he's excited. He's just nervous, I guess, just nervous energy or whatever. And so, she is shocked at the fact that he is going to be proposing to him um, during this trip because he's never met him before. This is going to be the first time that Valentine has met him. Now, as we all know, we have been introduced, or at least I have been introduced to a term that the two of them are what they call tops, and that is already causing a problem in the relationship even before the two of them see each other. Valentine, who is the African American gentleman, is out. He came out at the age of 18 and was rejected by his mom and by his family. But Carlos has not come out. He is still not revealed to his family his status, right? And when I say, wait a minute, let me make sure I fix that, okay? Because I don't want nobody thinking I'm saying anything else. He has not come out of the closet, okay? He has not informed any of his family that he is gay. His friends understand that he is, but not his family. And so he has to make a decision to have this relationship with Carlos that he says is, just a little bit, too much for him and everything. And he doesn't want to have to choose between his sister and between Valentine. And that is because he lives in a community that is very religious and conservative. And so, it is something that is still frowned upon. Okay. I wanted to make sure I cleaned that up. Okay. So anyway, he's excited about Carlos coming and all that kind of stuff. I think the two of them have blinders on about the reality, in my opinion, about this relationship. So anyway, I digress. So they see, they show Carlos going to the airport and, basically him saying that, not really sure about, how everything is going to be, especially with Carlos being out of the closet, and I mean Valentine being out of the closet and he's not. He also is concerned about Valentine wanting to have multiple partners. Now he says that he's into polyamory, right? He's into, that polygamous type thing. And they, one of the things that they want to use to solve, or the thing that Valentine wants to use in order to solve this problem, is to bring in a bottom into the relationship, right? And I ask you all to give me, some feedback on that in the comment section. Thank you for all of you all who did. It helps me to better understand this relationship. So, of course, we see, Valentine coming into, off the plane and into the airport, and they greet each other. They check one another out. And the first thing that Valentine says is that you're taller than me, but you smell good. So he kept saying how good Carlos smelled to him. And they just embraced each other, honey, with the sloppiest, sexiest, most romantic kiss ever, right? Like they were digging each other. They were completely attracted to each other immediately. Now, before Valentine left, he had indicated to his good girlfriend that there was not going to be any kind of intimacy between the two of them for 2 days. However, after Valentine got a chance to see Carlos' tight body and that big fat plump butt, he was, his whole mind about the situation changed up like real quick. Like he was ready to go home. Now, Valentine had rented a car, and because he says that Carlos is on a motorcycle and he's not going to be doing that motorcycle, scooter, whatever. And he said that he was not going to be riding in that. And so now here he is in another country where the people don't follow traffic rules and lights and all of that kind of stuff. And Valentine and Carlos is screaming at him the whole time, turn here, turn there, don't do this, don't do that. People are all over the roads. They're not, staying in their own lanes. It's just a hot mess. And Valentine says that Carlos has a resting bitch face, and he really absolutely does. we can see that there's conflict between the two of them, because I really do believe that they thought one thing, but reality is something totally different, especially when you've never met an individual before. And so, the two of them are having an issue at the hotel, because they get to the hotel and Carlos has provided some alcohol for the two of them to drink together, to celebrate meeting each other for the very first time. But Valentine is offended by it, because he says, I don't drink. And so, he's like, I don't drink. And he also says why he doesn't drink. He indicated that in his childhood, this was a bad thing in his childhood. So he has childhood trauma surrounding alcohol. And Carlos brushes it off and says, I mean, just one drink, it's not going to hurt you. And so, of course, the two of them now understand, and they see that they have a clash. One of the things that Valentine said was that, this is different from me being on the phone, because when I'm on the phone, I can just dismiss him and move on and hang up on him. But now when I'm in his face to face, it's an issue. So the two of them are already having problems in this relationship. It's like the clash of the titans. And I think both of them have like real strong energy. They both seem like they're really, really controlling, in my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what you all think about this particular couple, because I don't see them having a successful relationship or anything like that, because I just think it's really is a clash of the titans. The next couple I want to talk about is Ariana and Sherlon. This girl is irritating the dog dude out of me. She answers her own cotton freaking questions. She knows what it is with Sherlon. Now, of course, we know that she is the tourist who went over to Jamaica after losing a whole bunch of weight and stuff and celebrating herself with her sister, and met up with Sherlon and had, did to do without a raincoat on, and that she came back a month later. She found out that she was pregnant by Sherlon, so she now has a little baby named Oren, okay, that she named because that's the name that Sherlon had picked for him. And so, of course, she is about to go back to Jamaica because she wants to find out whether or not there is any sparks or anything between her and Sherlon. And I'm saying, based on the things that she said out of her mouth, she knows that there is nothing between her and Sherlon. Ariana goes on to indicate during this episode that he doesn't call her, he doesn't say that she's beautiful. He just really wants to connect to the baby. He says that he wants to, that the baby is a sweet baby, and he wants to wake up next to him. And she says, we're going to be coming to Jamaica and all of that. And he's like, okay, I'm excited about seeing, the baby. And she's like, well, what about being excited to see me? And so she's having to draw these things out of this man that she already said hasn't, really, he hasn't really shown her any type of affection. He hasn't shown that he even gives a damn about her. He's sitting on the phone with her and he's telling her, I appreciate you. She's like, I hope that you don't just appreciate me as a mother, but that you appreciate me as a woman, as, a companion. And he just kind of, he's trying not to rock the boat because he actually wants to see his baby. This is what he's interested in. And she's like, I really want you to want to be with me, and I want us to be a family. And that's the purpose of me coming over to Jamaica. And Sherlon is saying, yeah, we'll figure all of that stuff out when you get here. He is playing games with her, and she is not the wiser because she wants what she wants. And I'm just like, if I've said it before and I'll say it again, if a man is interested in you, you will know it and he will show it. There is, so she's already answering her own question why she has to go to Jamaica to find this out. She already knows it and she's sitting at her home in America. Bitch, like, wake up, sis, wake up. That, like, he's not interested in you that way. He's just not. And she wants him to be, she's saying that, this decision that we make in Jamaica is going to all, change my life. Bitch, your life is already changed. You got a baby. And you have a man who just wants to have a connection with the baby. And I think that he believes that she will withhold his son from him if he doesn't, you know, um, commit to her in some kind of way. But here's the thing. That's going to be the inevitable, because if he's not willing to come to America, she's not willing to be in Jamaica, then they just wasting each other's time. I mean, send them postcards, you know, I would send him postcards. Y'all don't be mad at me. But I would send him postcards. I would Skype with him, but I would make no and I wouldn't make any more efforts to connect him with his son. At some point, Sherlon has to, like he must, step up to the plate and do more, be more of a father to his son without me having to continue to foot the bills. This man is still living in the same place where he was living at before, and it doesn't look like he's done any kind of home improvements, done anything to um um make it comfortable for her to be with him. And it's just absolutely disgusting. Why I believe that Sherlon is being honest with her. I don't think that he can be totally honest, because she does, in my opinion, seem like the type of woman who would withhold his child. And in some ways, she may be right. Like, step up, boo. Step up and do what you're supposed to do. That's my whole thing. Step up and do what you're supposed to do. He not making any kind of effort. Let me move on before I just go down. Abby, Gabby, and Frankie. Thus the title of this cotton freaking episode. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Frankie, it's just, he just ain't it. Like, Frankie's not it. Um, I am so trying to watch my words, but I can't do it. I just need to go hit on a roll like I usually roll. Oh, you're going to have to hit me up in my DMs, honey. You're going to have to hit me up in my DMs or at Auntie's 2 cents. Okay? Mary, put that email address out there for Sela. Okay? Frankie went over there and had, his little party with Gabby and Abby. He now is with his friend for a very scripted trip to a jeweler to go and look at a ring. He's in there and his friend is asking him dumbass questions. To me, those are time wasters. I don't want to spend any time with Frankie outside of Abby and Gabby. I'm just gonna go ahead on it, be honest about it, because I think that Frankie is running game. That's just Auntie's opinion about it. I think he running games. I think that he had a relationship. I don't know whether or not Abby and Gabby are in on this. And they applied for the show and they were like, you a good couple. Let us help you along with your storyline. But I don't believe Frankie. He just does not come off as authentic to me. And it's unfortunate that he doesn't. Now, we did see pictures of the three of them together, and I think that he did send those pictures to the show, to the producers, in order to get on here. But I really do believe that a lot of the stuff that is going on with Frankie and his tight shirts is scripted. I believe he already has a ring that he picked up from the local Kohl's at 70% off in the window. Matter of fact, not even in the window, the ones that hang around on the rack. He's already picked up a ring. This is bogus. The guy that was sitting there, the jeweler was sitting there with his eyes all buck. Let me tell you something. It just seems so very scripted to me They did not see him purchase. We did not see him purchase the ring, which further makes me think that this was all scripted, because usually when a person purchases a ring, no matter what the cost, we see them buy it. And that's in 90 Day Fiance and the like. We did not see Frankie buy a ring. All we did was see Frankie have it in a box. Bitch, this was scripted as I don't know what. But anyway, on the other side of the world, we see Gabby and Abby talking. Gabby is sitting down and she is painting and all of that. And she says she's painting a picture of them. Honey, it wasn't nothing but spots and waves on that cotton freaking canvas when she finished with it. But anyway, Auntie, move on. Stop being Patty. So the two of them, Gabby is talking to Abby about the relationship with Frankie. The two of them say that they have been with multiple couples and multiple people. This is what they do. They usually do not have or entertain return customers. But with Frankie, it was different. Gabby said that she loved the way that Abby was with him and how free she was with him and him touching and all of that. She said that she liked Frankie's personality and she likes the three of them being together. And I just was like, ew. And even when they were showing the pictures, it was just too much looking at all of that stuff that was on Frankie, like the stuff that was hanging in the front. And I just was like, this is just like, oh, it's so kind of freaking gross. But I know, to each his own. Everybody loves something a little different. But for me, it was just a complete turn off. And Gabby was just going on and talking about the relationship and about Abby being with him and all that and how she enjoyed it. But what she doesn't know is that Abby and Frankie have been, falling in love with one another. Now, Gabby's the one that's in the back, y'all, for all of y'all don't know. Abby is the one that's in the front and Gabby's the one that's in the back. Abby and Frankie are the two that are having this secret relationship. Now, Gabby indicated that one of the things that she does not like about this threesome is the fact that she can't speak English. She has observed that Abby and Frankie are always on the phone with each other and she can't understand what is being said. And Abby is absolutely using that to her advantage, because she is having a full out relationship with Frankie. And she knows she did ass wrong, because Gabby said the reason why they don't have return customers or they don't entertain return customers is because usually they catch feelings for either Gabby or Abby and they don't want to be divided from each other. Now, Abby has already broken their little golden rule, honey, because she is having a relationship with Frankie and she knows that she is. She knows that her and Frankie are going to be getting engaged during this trip, and her intention, as she says, is to get married to Frankie, go back or come to the United States, and then later on bring Gabby. Bitch, you know daggone well that this is not going to work. This relationship as it is not going to work. And so does Frankie. Because here's the thing, when you go out on a vacation and stuff like that, and I haven't been to the islands in years, but I sure plan on going. When you go to the islands, you do have a certain freedom, or at least you feel a certain freedom to do things that you normally would not do. There is something that rushes over you, this horse type of this horse type of feeling rushes over you, and all you seeing is body yaddy yaddy. Okay, unless you see someone like Frankie, but that is body yaddy, a lot of body, right? And I truly believe that there are people who go over to the islands, they do their little do, and they come back, right? You cut it off, you understand, you go back to your 9 to 5 bitch, or you do whatever you do. You go back to your husband, or you go back to your wife, whatever. And they have broken that rule. And Gabby she's entertaining the fact of having Frankie as a second time customer, because she said that Frankie is different from the other men, that he's not trying to come between them. Hell, if he ain't, he's full-fledged about to take the woman that you've been with 10, 15 years, bitch, back to the United States. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Gabby is so not knowing what's going on, and Abby is saying, well, I feel unheard by you. I don't feel like you respect me in the relationship, because she's so busy and stuff like that. She feels like, her voice isn't being heard. And so I don't know now whether or not Abby is doing this as an escape, that she's really with Gabby for the money, because she talked about in this episode how Gabby had this great job and how she's hardly ever home. And, so I don't know if she's wanted to get out of the relationship for a long time. She's really wanted to be with the man. And she's just been going on with this relationship for to get along. I just really believe, in my opinion, that Abby is an opportunist, and she saw or sees Frankie as an opportunity to come to the United States and an opportunity to break it off with Gabby. And Gabby is none the wiser. And it really bothered me, because Gabby is really being sincere about the things that she is saying to her as it relates to this relationship, but Gabby is deceiving the dog dude out of her. And when she get found out, if she get jacked up a little bit and stuff like that, I'm gonna turn my head and I'm gonna act like I ain't see nothing. The next person and the last couple is Danielle and Yohan. Let me tell you something. Danielle, in my opinion, honey, is being deceived straight up out of all of her money in her bank account, all her gold, honey, at the end of her rainbow and some more. Like, he is a giant leprechaun, honey, and she is the pot at the end of the rainbow. And he's straight up there going, me gold, me gold. I'm trying to tell you, honey, that is what Danielle is to him. I ain't even trying to be funny, bitch. I'm just saying, I just really think he taking her for bad. So, of course, we all know that she's into some type of religion, right? And I don't know what it is. I'm not studying it or anything like that. But she went to go and, she's on her way to the DR to go and be with this man, Yohan, who is a fitness instructor at the hotel. Bitch, he done been in so many beds up in that hotel, honey. He just about folding the sheets and doing house service and taking tips off the dresser when the customers leave, okay? No, 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 no. He's doing more, honey, than probably working these people out. I'm just saying. But anyway, bitch. So, she, is apprehensive about it. She has an inkling, she has a thought in her mind that he is coming to America for her money and for the green card. If you're thinking that, then it is what you think it is, right? And so she decides that she's going to go and see this guy, right? And I'm gonna say this guy because I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody's religions, beliefs, theologies. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm gonna say this guy. So she goes to this guy's house, and he is going to do a reading for her. He has these nuts and stuff like that he's shaking around in her hand. She's on the floor, in that position, right? And then there's another lady, an African American woman, who comes in and sits down with her, and he, is all dressed up. He's got his tribal African stuff around him. Like, I was like, you better work. And so, they sit down and he starts rubbing these stones and, humming and saying these little things and, what I mean? He just studied picking up nuts. I thought they was rocks, bitch, but she said they was nuts. So, he was picking them up. He was putting them in his hand, taking them out, dividing them, subtracting them, multiplying these, all right? And then he took this necklace and he just started throwing the necklace like down on the thing, right? She said he had to throw the necklace down that like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And he threw it down and he rattled it and shake it. And, then he picked the joint back up. Then he throw that joint back down like some dice, and he rattling and shaking it all while rubbing the little stuff all up in his hand and everything. I was surprised he didn't pull out no cards, but he was doing what he do. So it was the third time. After the third time, he sat there and he was like, And I was like, what high priestess? What? And so he was like, he is He's a runner. He's a track star. No, seriously, y'all. He said, he lot of women. I see womanizer, basically. He's basically a womanizer. I see, conflict. So the lady was like, let me break this down. Either he messing with somebody or somebody messing with him, or it's both. That's basically what the necklace said. The necklace said that basically he a hoe. And she was like, well, I know a lot of women are interested in him. No, bitch, this is not what the priest said. This is not what the necklace said. It's not what the rocks and the nuts and all of that stuff said. It's not what it said. He said he's a womanizer. He's got a whole lot of women, like tribes of women around him. He said that these women are just in America or tourists coming from all over the world. He said, bitch, he's a womanizer. And he was like, you got a lot of work to do. You need to pump your brakes, basically. So the lady was like, yeah, because basically it's a lot of women around him. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. He says he needs some water. She said, yeah, he's near. So, it's an island, basically. He's around the whole lot. He said, go and plant a tree. I need you to go and plant a rubber tree. I said, a rubber tree or some kind of tree, y'all. Y'all telling me down in the comment section. He said, and put eggs and vegetables and fruits around it. I said, bitch, I wish I would go to another country and plant a tree by the riverside and go and get some daggone chickens, eggs fresh in the morning and some vegetables and some fruit and put it around the tree. What the? This, he said, if she do this gonna ward off the women. Do you know how many cotton trees will be around there and rotten eggs and rotten vegetables and fruits? If that was the case, we all would be flying our asses over there, planting trees with eggs and fruits and vegetables around it. We'll have a whole garden around it, okay? It wouldn't be enough water in the cotton freaking ocean with all the trees that we would be planting if that was the damn case. I see, that's what I'm saying. I just can't, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Sir, where am I supposed to get the tree from, first of all? How big is the tree supposed to be? What's the circumference of it? Okay, what height, depth, width? How close to the ocean do I bury it? Do I walk 1,000 steps or do I walk 150 feet? I mean, what do I do? Okay, is it supposed to be in the sun? Is it supposed to be in the shade? I mean, you don't have to give me more if you got me. And then what kind of eggs? Is it brown eggs? Is it refrigerated eggs? Is the eggs straight from straight from? Like, tell me where the hell, you know what I'm saying? And what vegetables is it supposed to be? Collard greens? Do I need to be exporting these or importing these over there? Is it broccoli, bitch? Like, is it radishes? What am I supposed to be doing? Is it corn? You tell me which ones I'm supposed to be. And what fruits? What fruits? Apple, orange, pear, bitch. I mean, you're going to have to be specific with me because I ain't going to just be going over there, honey, with a basket on my head with fruit and vegetables and eggs in the top of it in a cotton freaking tree. Are you serious? Like, bitch, help me out more. Because I just ain't going to be able to do this, book. Like, I ain't going to be able to do it. So anyway, we see, her leave out of there. She's trying to say that this is because he's around a lot of tourists and a lot of women are hitting on him. No, he said he's a womanizer. And a womanizer is different from a man that's being hit on. But anyway, she is completely ignoring all the red flags. So she flies over there with him. She sees him. He's tall. He's beautiful. And she said his thing is about this long, right? She said this is this long, and she said no exaggeration. It's this long. And I'm saying, is that a hard-boiled egg or a... Thank you also for the $5 super chat. I'll try. I'll put in an effort, but I will not work that hard for a man. I already got a job. Okay. I wouldn't even try. Thank you, old soul. I wouldn't even try. I'm not going somewhere else and planting a tree. When he sees her, he's happy as he can be because he said where the money resides, where the money resides. And she's down to his waist. But the look that was on his face, in my opinion, was like where the money resides. In my opinion, the look that was on his face was I'm one step closer to America. Y'all go ahead on and put some American flags up in the comment section because I'm going to tell you right now, this mofo is after that good old green card. If you got any green card emojis or any American flags, go ahead on and flood the comments with it. I'm telling you, this mofo right here, if I've never seen someone who appears to really want to, oh no, to be here. Y'all, please excuse me. That's the dog. The door's open and the dogs are barking. I was hoping I was going to be able to do a whole live without them barking. No, Twyla said. Hold on, y'all. Let me mute. Let me mute. Anyway, y'all, I apologize. So the next thing you know, they get to the hotel and all of that, and she pulls out her sage and she starts saging the room. And she's got to put up this temple, this prayer space in her room because, this is the stuff she believes in. And so she pulls out this rose quartz crystal and it slips out of her hand and drops to the floor and it breaks. And she said that she believes that that is a sign that something is going to happen during the trip. No, what's going to happen, the sign is that you've been taking care of him financially. That's the sign. But you missed that. You missed that the high priest told you that this mofo is a womanizer. Like everything, these crystals, incense, sage, candle burning, everything has led you and giving you signs. And I don't believe in everything, right? But I believe that this stuff is really giving this girl signs. Since this is what she believes, I'm gonna believe it. If you like it, I love it. If you love it, I like it. She's getting all the signs that she needs, but she is ignoring the out of it. She's ignoring it. Everything she's asked for, she's getting. But Danielle is determined that this gonna be her baby daddy. So she goes over there, the quartz falls on the floor. He's like, is this serious? She's like, yes. Because this is part of her altar or sanctuary that she's creating. And she's 42 years old, and the two of them are talking about having a baby. But when she goes out to dinner with him, she says that every excursion, every meal, the hotel room, everything is on her. And in a couple of days, she's going to be going to his home village. He says that they're very poor. Very poor. Now, y'all remember the last episode, she indicated that he had a dollar sign tattooed on his mofo arm. So you already know that he sees you as a dollar bill boo because they don't have dollar bills where he is. She takes him out to dinner and they do a cheers, a toast. And the first thing he says is to babies. She said, well, do you have all the flowers and all of that kind of stuff for the wedding? He says, yes. He said, I got everything but my tux. She was like, what do you mean? He says, well, I paid them $3,000 and I owe them $3,500. She said, I gave him the deposit for the cotton freaking tux. She said, now how are you going to say that you want babies when you can't even pay for a tux? A baby is more expensive than a tux. Would you agree? He was like, yeah, but I ain't got the money for it. I bet you dad, he ain't got no money for no fucking flowers either. I bet you he don't have a wedding venue. I bet you it's gonna be in his mom and them backyard. This mofo, in my opinion, is a straight up scammer. But she knows it. It is in her. She's speaking it out of her mouth. She knows. The only thing that he was concerned about was having sex with her, putting that voodoo stick on her. Your rose quartz done broke. Didn't somebody just say something about what a rose quartz mean in here? I thought I saw that. Let me see. Okay, here you go. She said rose quartz represents love and it broke. Oh my God. Oh my God. Absolutely. It says that she's 42 years old. Her clock is ticking. The doctor told her that she only got 2 more good years in her to get pregnant. She told him the only way that they would be able to have a baby. Listen to what I'm saying. She tells him that the only way that they're going to be able to have a baby is if he commits to helping her pay for stuff. But then yet she goes back to the hotel room with him with no commitment in writing, no commitment from him at the table or anything. She already knows that past history dictates present circumstances and situations. And she sets up an altar with incense, a white candle, a blue candle, a green candle. She got incense when she cleaning him off. She done already saged the room. She says that, this is a chakra. This is the sexual chakra. And she says that you will be able to take when having, making love, that they will be able to hone in on all of that power and produce a baby. Now, I ain't trying to come against nobody's religion. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not. I'm walking a real fine line. I'm trying to walk this line with y'all, but I can't believe this book. Now, for 1 minute, can I believe this? Because if that's the case, she'd have got pregnant the first time. If that's the case, then the people wouldn't be going to centers and stuff like I cannot with this foolishness. Everything that she needs, everything that she desires, every sign, symptom is in her face, but she refuses to see it. She already knows that this man does not have money. She is taking care of everything. This man is on a vacation in his own home, probably at the hotel that he works at, because that's where she met him. So he double dipping and bringing in that American coin. He probably get a bonus on his check for them filming up in this mofo. I guarantee you that hotel they staying in is probably the hotel he works in. And he's sitting up there eating good and everything. He probably waving at everybody. This is just some bull. Like this girl right here says that I hope that he's not using me for my money because I work hard for my money, but you throwing it away on a vacation to get pregnant, and then your rose quartz falls on the floor and cracks, and you said maybe that's a sign when the daggone man and already told you what the deal was. He's a womanizer. And so you don't want to have these conversations, these hard conversations with him because you just think he's so fine. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, there are other men on that island, honey, that probably look better than him. And they may at least have a job that they'll be able to meet you. He says that the money that he makes is to take care of his family. What about her fucking family? Like, I can't. Y'all, this is the end of my review rant on this cotton freaking show. I'm telling y'all right now, if you're not looking, you need to be looking at Love in Paradise, the Caribbean. If you are not, I brought Discovery Plus so that you don't have to. And I will be here week after week to give you a review on Love in Paradise. I love you all to pieces. Thank you so much also for the $5 super chat. Thank you also for being here. Thank you also for hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing to the channel. I love you all to pieces. Thank you to my moderators who always keep the chat nice and safe so that everybody can enjoy themselves. Until next Friday.